All right. Well, welcome to the September meeting for Texas Association of Professional Bee Removers. We've got, I'll just go ahead and do our real roll call. We've got Brittany, Chris, Michael, and Rex, missing Ed and Mark. We'll go in their permanent record.
I actually haven't looked at the agenda. I'm bringing it up right now. So, okay.
I printed it out there. I'm the only one who ever puts anything on the agenda. So, I had topics for under the membership committee on our list of 2020 bee removers, and then the fact that you and I requested the information from TAIS and the information we wanted was redacted.
Yeah, I was rather PO'd about that, but I've got another way of approaching that later on. But
well, let's do our meeting in order.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I don't know if Ed had a chance to put together the meeting minutes from last month, but I'm gonna say if we approve the meeting minutes from last month at work,
well, kind of in that vein, I just emailed the board a few minutes ago. I found a way to upload all of the videos to our official YouTube channel, and there's a specific playlist just for board meetings that they're private, but I sent the link so that we can all get into it.
Okay.
And good. I just uploaded June, July, and August.
And I received that a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, so all of those recordings are there for everybody to look at.
Okay.
So just remember, watch what we say about who.
Right.
I glanced at the membership spreadsheet. I didn't see any changes in it. So let's go ahead and go to the treasurer's report. Oh, okay, let's go for secretary's report. Let's, we've got the videos that are of record. So do we have a request to use those as the
yeah, I'll move. We just use the recording as the official secretary
can
report.
Be transcribed by Ed. Yeah.
Yeah.
For now.
If he transcribes it, then we'll talk about it.
Do we have a second for
after
that?
He does that? Yeah.
I second it.
Okay, thank you, Michael. All right. So we use video transcription and it's ready from Ed. Okay.
Right.
Treasurer's report.
Okay, we have $249 and some change. 100 that is in our bank account. The rest is in PayPal. Chris, were you able to do what you needed to do in PayPal?
No.
Okay.
I can log in to the account using the extra account that you created for me.
Yeah.
But it's like when it was created, it's all limited. So I can't buy the add-ons that I need with it.
Okay. I'll go back and try to see. I don't know. Maybe it just defaults to limited, but I'll make it unlimited. Okay. I'll just message you on the side.
I was gonna try and do it, but I asked you for the password, but we were playing telephone tag, I guess.
Yeah. That password doesn't work, the one I gave you. Okay. I actually don't know what the password is then. I'll have to do a reset on it. Like, that's what I wrote down the password was. I mean, it's just like auto saved on my computer. So, you know, it like auto logs me in.
Right. Are you using Chrome?
Uh-huh.
Or Firefox? Both of them, you can go into the settings and look at the password saved.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you can look at what they're saved as.
We'll get together. Okay.
Okay, so basically about $350 to our solvent name.
Like $250, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was the total. 100's in our account, like 150's in PayPal. And Chris is gonna spend some money for the website.
Yeah.
That we had already approved.
Right.
Next, we've got the membership committee report.
Okay. Well, nobody has applied for membership. One of the things that was on my action list was to do an online form. That's what I actually need to buy a plug-in for, but a different plug-in. But I do have kind of a sample form thrown here. So let me share the screen so that y'all can see what it looks like. Can y'all see that now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have two separate forms. All right, Mike. Oh, you're on your phone. Yeah. If you go to the web page on your phone, it should be
I can see it.
Responsive. So it should look correct on your phone too.
Is there a link to get to that on our phone? Or do we just
actually you can go to the address right up here.
Okay, but it's not on the menus?
It's not on the menus yet because this down here, the send button, it's not connected to PayPal yet. But the form itself actually works. I'm going to do two separate forms.
Looks great.
Because we have, thank you. It's trying to get a form formatted is harder than you think it is. It should be easy, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks really good.
The information that we collect for the swarm people is so much different than what we collect for the colony removal people. I'm just going to have two completely separate applications.
Okay.
The first part for the colony people is going to be pretty much the same, but then we also ask them for all the vetting information for the colony people. But
what's at the top at $37.50?
This right here is last month we talked about allowing prorating for half year. So if they wanted to just finish out this year, the membership dues are $25 a year.
Wait, but we said if we were going to do that prorating thing, that they had to pay the half of this year plus next year's.
Yeah, and that's what the $37.50 is.
Okay.
That's 25 plus $12.50. So that finishes this year and pays for next year. And there's actually a way that I can get this webpage to look at the date, and it'll automatically change on July 1st. So from January 1st to June 30th, it won't even say that. It'll just say it's $25. And then after July 1st, it'll change to this. But the thing that I think Rex might like, you like how this is done right here, Rex?
I guess.
Well, I mean, you at least get to check.
It's easy to check
every county.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I mean, it's a long list, but that's just because there's 256 counties in Texas.
Right.
Whereas your home county, you just pick one, whatever it is. But okay. Well, as soon as I get PayPal working, this should be live. And like I said, to create the other app for the colony people, it's pretty much just copying this and then adding a bunch more columns.
Okay. I've got a couple of friends that have they contacted me last week asking questions on the application. I guess they'd just downloaded the PDF and were filling it out.
It was probably just the PDF.
Okay.
And right now we still have just one application form as far as the PDF is concerned. When this goes live, I'll probably split that into two different ones too.
Okay.
Just to be consistent. Okay.
I will say that the list that was available before the reset for the year for TAIS, I've got an app that lets me download web pages, and so I got all the phone numbers as a download.
I had meant to do that and I didn't do it.
So I did get it. So
okay. Well, I've got a way to send a text to them. Now I can only do like 30 at a time, because otherwise the phone companies think you're spamming.
We are.
Well, yes, we are. Technically we are.
Yeah.
But if we just send like 30 one day and then 30 the next day, and then
usually get them all within a week or two. Yeah. Would
it be too much to delegate these phone numbers in groups across the board members and have us actually cold call these people?
If you want to, yeah.
I think that would be more personal
as a team.
I think we might have a better reaction from people if we make a personal, phone
contact
call. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Rex with Texas, this and that, and reaching out to you. And I think you're right. I think it would be definitely be more prolific. I think we'd have more hits, more solid hits on it as far as recruitment goes.
Right.
On this general topic, we did delegate Michael to do something last meeting. Does anyone remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That's right. Where were those minutes?
And I got it done.
No, we assigned it was kind of like the VP role got assigned something, but I don't remember what it was.
I don't either.
We'll
have to watch the video.
The VP role now has a responsibility, but we don't remember what it is.
I'm going to text Ed real quick and see if he ever did the minutes, because now I want to know what that was. On a related topic of, still in the membership, Rex is coming to our B school here in Brown College Station on the 25th. He's speaking. He's actually doing a couple of different classes for us, but we're having a vendor booth out there for the professional bee removers. It might be nice if somebody else could come and sit behind the table for him with him.
Can we wear the white suits?
Absolutely. We wear white suits.
Yeah, you got all the white suits behind you.
Oh, those are just my extra bee suits.
Oh, okay.
I've got some
for doing high tours. Yeah.
I think it would probably, I don't know if everybody could make it, but it would be beneficial if the group could make it,
right.
To make a strong representation, especially during this first year. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is who we are. And this is what we got going on. So the more of us that could be there would be even better. I didn't know it was coming up so quick. I'd seen the flyer a while back, but I didn't see a remind on it.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's something that would be beneficial to all of us.
I mean, I'm going to be there, but I'm chairman of the B school, so the odds of me being able to be behind that table are pretty small. So I'm really kind of looking at Michael, Brittany, Ed, and Mark as the four of y'all needing to. One of y'all we probably only need one of you, but just come up and kind of man that booth and talk to people about why we're here. And we've got 4 or 5 classes on removals in the agenda of our classes for the B school. And Rex is actually doing the first one. So I think it would be good. In that same vein, when the TBA convention shows up in November, has anybody contacted the TBA about going to the convention and doing a vendor table there?
No.
You were going to.
I can. I mean, I live. Ashley's here in town, and Dodie's coming too, and I think she's in charge too. Is that? I assume that's something that we want to do, right?
Is it going to be in Galveston or something, or
Yeah,
where's it?
I think it's in Galveston. So for me, Ed, and Mark, that's not too bad.
Right. Well, maybe we can schedule a fishing trip around that too. Brittany.
Well, it's
official business fishing trip.
It's opening weekend of deer season, though. That's the thing that I yelled at Ashley for that. It's like, why is the TBA convention always during deer season?
They just need to move it up 1 week.
Well, it's bow season then, but bow season's been going on for 3 weeks then. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm certainly willing to go at least one of the 3 days. I don't know that I want to go all 3 days.
It's too much.
Although I may go to the convention anyway, but I don't think I want to sit behind the vendor table all 3 days. I kind of want to go to the rest of the stuff too.
Did you ever get a response from them or send the email to ask about whether our organization could be considered a TBA club?
I did send that. I just sent it to Ashley. Okay. She did not give. She was kind of non-committal, but positive non-committal, if that makes sense. She was like, "Oh yeah, sure." That it was kind of like she really didn't want to put a lot of thought into it, but just kind of like, "Yeah, okay."
Removers for the redheaded stepchilds.
Yeah. But if we do that, we'll have to pay $50 a year membership dues to them. But that also pays for the web hosting that we've been doing for free without telling them, just because I run that program for them too.
Right.
Well, if we think we'll get more than one person to sign up, it's it's a net positive for us because we'll make our $50 back and then some.
Right.
My
well,
question is, are we
even if we don't get another member, the fact that it pays for the web hosting makes it worthwhile. Because otherwise, we'd have to pay that out of our own funds too. I'm sorry, Michael. I talked over you.
No. You're good.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, some of these forums or some of these groups that we're interacting with, are we advertising or trying to touch the same people? As we're beginning the meeting today, I was thinking about, thinking about membership. We'll talk about Facebook. We'll just use Facebook for an example. Do we want to get that initial membership request out there to as many pages as we can on Facebook, and start spreading it out there that way. And talking about the vetting, I don't know how many people that's going to scare away. Are we going to scare people away that vet? They start hearing about vetting. Oh my gosh, am I good enough? Am I doing this often enough? I know we're setting some requirements, but going to that TAIS group or organization, are we already shooting at a group that's already kind of organized or going to lean and align with us in the future?
Well, the TAIS thing's not a group at all. That's just a list, pretty much because the state says you have to pay for that $35 permit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's not an organized group in any sense.
Are you referring to Steve's group, the Movers of Texas group?
No. We're just Chris was just talking about going to their convention in Galveston.
Right.
And that's the group I'm talking about.
The TBA.
Are those the same? Oh, okay. The TBA. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the TBA convention.
Okay, I'm sorry. I misheard you.
Honestly, I don't know how much of a response we would get at the TBA convention, because a lot of those people tend to be commercial beekeepers,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of those guys don't want nothing to do with removals.
Right.
But
if we can get some support,
that's still kind of a group that if they know we exist, then they know who the people are that do removals in their area, because they usually refer those people.
So they don't want to mess with it.
Right, because they don't want to mess, but then they can, talk to their people and say, hey, you ought to think about joining this group over here. Or at least that's the hope. It's more just being able to get our name out, and give us some credibility, especially
some legitimacy
on the statewide front.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what I was thinking about the members, about getting the name out, getting the group out, getting the association, getting people in alignment with us, and getting people to sign up. A lot of people don't want to join. They want to do, as it's been, they want to operate under the wire. They don't want nobody to know what they're making. They don't want nobody to know what they're doing or how they're doing it. And, if we can just reassure them that, hey, we're not here to govern, we're here to unite and build a strong force so that we can, when the time does come, there's a group meeting here. When the time does come, that
I'm jealous.
There's the boss.
Yeah.
When
the time does come, we can have some strength on the state level.
I totally agree with you. I definitely think we need to, and honestly, as soon as I get the online form going so that people can join and attach to PayPal, that's when I really want to blast all the Facebook groups and send a text message out to the list from Mary Reed.
And I'm so glad you're part of this group. You talk all that other language that I don't understand. Well, I understand part of it. It's kind of like going to Mexico. I can habla to get my pencil and my enchiladas and find the bathroom. And that's what you do with all our technical stuff. And I appreciate you.
Well, if I was as good as I really wish I'd have been, this would have been done months ago. But
yeah, but we're making progress.
We are making slow progress. That is true. It's frustrating to me because I'm not getting it done nearly as fast as I wanted to move. This kind of leads into what Rex, but how do we effectively market without causing problems?
Yeah, but spamming text messages, because that's what it is. We're sending unsolicited text messages, trying to recruit ourselves or for our organization. That's why I think that if we can just make a phone call, introduction, I don't know. That's a lot of time sitting down and making phone calls, essentially cold sales calls. But
and it's slow. I actually think we should do both.
I agree.
I think we need to send the text message out, and we need to just call them.
We start waving that flag, I think we'll start getting some door knockers, and some people asking questions, and we'll start seeing our numbers grow, and it's going to be like raindrops. At first it's going to be kind of slow, and then they'll build, and then before long we'll have us a sizable number to manage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, if you and Brittany can figure out the password stuff on getting the PayPal buttons worked, that would give us kind of an open door to go ahead and flood with marketing ourselves. I guess we can anyway.
I'll try to work on doing that Chrome thing that you said tonight, and then if I can't figure that out, I'll just call you tomorrow, Chris, and get it fixed with you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking to see when okay, the annual convention is the 6th and 7th. It's actually only 2 days in Galveston.
That's of November.
Yes.
I feel like that's the same weekend that they have the like if you're in the master beekeeping program, that's the same weekend the test is.
I think they did that on purpose, actually, because I think that test is going to be down there.
Okay.
So I assume we're good for doing a booth there. I'm certainly willing to be one of the people that go down and work that booth.
Let me look at my calendar real quick. Check my date book and see if I've got any hot dates that weekend. Is that a weekend or is that during the week or what?
It is
it's
Saturday and Sunday.
Weekend in November, right?
Yes, it's the first weekend in November. It's Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I'm signed up to take a test, so I guess I'm gonna already be there anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I can help.
Okay. Well, I'll put it on my list to call Ashley and make sure we're put in as a vendor. And I'm sure she will like
And
that.
you might clarify whether it's vendor or just an information table because
Well, yeah,
maybe a lot
information
less
table.
price for an info table. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not selling anything really
Well,
other than
I'm going to try and get us put in the same category as Real Texas Honey and Texas Educational Association, whatever they are. I never can remember the acronym for that group. Yeah, informational table.
do the people manning the table have to buy in for the weekend passes or
I
whatever?
don't know. I'll find out. But I was thinking about doing it anyway. But this gives me more of a reason to go down and do it too.
Yeah, I don't mind coming down too. Doing lots of travel this next.
Anybody else want to come to our B school on the 25th?
I'm going to try to make it to the B school.
All right.
But I'm not going to promise because I'm kind of logistically challenged right now. I've got some vehicles in the shop.
Okay. Well, you got a place to stay here at my house.
Hey, thank you, sir.
So
bring my tent, camp out. Camp Barnes over there.
Yeah. Well, that end of the house will have 2 hockey players living with us too. But we do have a 3rd bedroom too, so you have your own room.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
And that actually reminds me, Texas Apiary Inspection Service, we're supposed to teach 2 classes for us, and they bailed on us.
Oh my gosh.
Well, they're not coming because they're afraid of COVID. That's what Mary said.
But they're doing the CPA convention.
Apparently
not COVID in Galveston.
Yeah, apparently not.
Okay, it's not there. Yeah.
Why don't you just ask them if they'll teach it remote? Like on Zoom.
Good. That's a good point.
I'm trying to not do Zoom classes. I may do it. I may do that if I have to, but it's just 2 classes, and somebody suggested Rex would be really good for one of the classes. You're already teaching 2 classes.
I'm already doing 2.
Well, if you want to teach bee laws in the state of Texas.
Nah.
Yeah, I know. That's a not exciting one. The other class that they were supposed to teach was integrated pest management.
Interesting.
Got any suggestions for me? On who I should ask?
I mean, not without calling Michael Bush in or something.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be one person to teach both classes. I can have 2 different people.
Natalie.
She's already teaching a boatload of classes here.
Okay, I was gonna say she likes to talk about integrated pests, and she has like a whole slide deck put together on integrated pest management.
Really?
Yeah.
I may have her teach that anyway.
Hey, Chris, do y'all have any type of curriculum already established for that?
You mean? Well, I've got just the title of the class now. You know, if an instructor is pretty much free to do whatever they want within within that class. I've never taught IPM, so I mean I know what it is, but I don't have a class outline for it. I also have never taught a bee laws in the state of Texas class either.
Right. Yeah, that's out of my reach.
Yeah, I kind of touch on it a little bit when I do my beekeeping 101, but it's like 2 minutes of it, and I say, talk to these people.
Does TAIS have a slide deck for that presentation? Could someone just like go through their slide deck and present what they already
Probably,
have put together?
but
That's kind of what I was getting at. If there was something that was.
I was actually told to call Chris Moore for that class though, because he's kind of in the he keeps his fingers on the legal side of stuff too.
Is he on the TBA legislative?
I think he is.
The
I think he
secret
is.
legislative group.
I think he is.
Okay.
But okay. Well, that's all I got then.
All right. Well, we don't have our education chair here. I do know that he made a video or two this last month. One on, I forget what they were now, but I think those were on his private YouTube channel.
Right. I was kind of hoping he would be here because I was going to ask him if he could just upload those to the educational playlist on our channel too. Because I'd like to get a few more things on our channel.
Yeah.
Because right now it's all just, meeting minutes and organizational meetings from when we first got started. I'd like to have some other content up there.
Well, I don't have anything else for this evening. Does anyone else have any subjects that need to be talked about?
I don't know if they need to be talked about, but I think here a couple of months ago, Chris had mentioned something about having a Bee-a-Palooza or something similar to that, and getting like they were having over there in Louisiana there for a while with Jeff and all of them. I when they were meeting over there, wasn't it in Beaumont or somewhere they were all meeting? Orange, somewhere where they were meeting. Texas and Louisiana were coming together.
I think it was up in Missouri. They were driving up from the south. Gosh. They were going up to
I don't know why I was thinking they were in the Beaumont area when they were doing that.
Well, I know JP went up to I think it was Bud Willis.
You're right. You're exactly right.
That's right.
And they were shooting swarms out of the trees and stuff like that.
And there'd be somebody who couldn't afford a removal, and they would all go as a group and do the removal for them and show how to do it. And have a fake wall.
I think it would be beneficial to emulate that, and I think it would be beneficial as far as getting people to sign up. Getting our message out, getting people interested. We need somebody to film. We need somebody to produce and cut that and put it out on the different social media platforms. And like you said, we can go to these places that, hey, they couldn't afford it. We can do some donation work in the area, whether it's in the Dallas area or the Central Texas or South Texas, wherever we decide to do it. Vanessa and I are doing some commercial properties here in the San Antonio area that would probably really like that type of attention, for lack of better words. We get into the Alamo, we get into a lot of the colleges around here, historical buildings. which, like I said, it'd be pretty neat. You know, hey, here we are in San Antonio, Texas, doing this and that, and we've got these people here, and this is who we represent, and then we put it out on those media platforms and try to get these people to sign up, get them on our page, get them with us.
I think it might be a good idea to try and do one in all 4 or 5 of the major metropolitan areas in the state.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
One up in DFW, one up in Austin, San Antonio, and Houston.
And we've got a guy, I can't remember his name. He's over in San Angelo. Bee Save, or We Save Bees, or I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, Ben. No, he's in San
Angelo.
Abilene, I think.
Abilene.
Abilene. Yeah. Ben Kaziaka or something.
That one.
Yeah, I save bees or irescuebees.com.
Mm-hmm. And we get a few referrals from him. And if we could get him on board with us, I think it would be beneficial, because he represents a large, vast territory that doesn't have a great population, but has a lot of farmland, and he does quite a bit of work.
Well, he owns that referral service too, because I'm a member of that. I pay $250 a year for referrals, in just 3 little cities here.
Oh, wow. We don't pay him nothing. He gives us referrals for free.
Oh, well. Does he send them to you, or are you listed on their website?
I'm going to start a referral service, and I'm going to send you the bill.
I wonder how much
you get some.
I wonder how much he's going to think we're direct competition with him, though.
He knows about us.
Well, I know, but
I think he's in the group. As far as
he is on the webpage or on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
right. He's a nice guy. He's very personable. The stuff I've seen, everything he's done has looked very professional. I think he would be a real asset to the group. But if, like you were saying on your note, Chris, getting it in the 4 corners or the 5 areas, however we want to cut it up, that pizza,
right?
And that way we have representation in each area or each district, however you want to put it, and we get these videos set up, and then people can click from video to video and see the different people that are performing these things. Jeff Armstrong is ahead of us, because his mom and dad, or his dad, was in the movie business, so they had all that background on how to edit the videos and how to set them up, and lighting and sound and all that. And so he's got some high quality stuff out there, and I think we can always call him and ask him. He's always helpful when he has time. But I think he sets a good example for promotion.
Right now, his house is kind of wrecked.
True.
So, I think what we might want to do is start looking around for a good project place to do a removal.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of did one at my house last spring. The forced abscond here at my own house.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ed came up and somebody else. We had 2 or 3 other people come, and it was actually a lot of fun. I did barbecue and sausage and stuff for people. So,
well, we have about a dozen removals, large removals, scheduled at one state facility. It would require approval from them, but if we could get approval, this would be a phenomenal place to do this, because it's a controlled area. It's Texas Parks and Wildlife, and these are very, very well established colonies. And there's 12 of them. We can do one, then another one. And if we didn't get it right, didn't look right, we could do another one. And the building always looks the same. It's just it's 2 buildings, and they have lots of bees.
Well, this would be an excuse for me to go buy that GoPro.
Right. But we would have to get approval from them.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I can't imagine they wouldn't okay that.
Their biggest concern is liability exposure.
Well, but we're all professional bee removers.
We had to give them our insurance. We had to, all the T's had to be crossed, all the I's had to be dotted. So, like I said,
carry insurance, so we should be covered there.
We just have to present it to them and see if they would be willing. And I don't know if like I said, it's an idea.
Where's it located?
It's a good idea.
Down here outside of San Antonio. From here to Laredo, we got several places with them that have bees right now.
Well, call them and see what it is to set it up and put a time frame on it. And yeah.
Good December when it's nice and cool.
Right? I'm with you on that one. And then here comes Chris.
And then we can go hog hunting.
Right?
Well, and then we'll go hog hunting out there.
Well, they're on the lakes. We can go fishing.
Or that too.
Yeah. Well, just an idea, if we can maybe start coordinating something like that, maybe I can head that up and see if we can get that started in my territory. And as far as filming, I don't have anybody to film or that's.
Well, actually, I was kind of thinking that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get the cameras and because I've done some video editing before. I'm not like a pro, but I've got some software that I've done it before, and splice things together and done overlays and stuff like that. So
that would be pretty awesome. We need to. All of their stuff is scheduled, so we've already done 3 removals at this location here recently, and their new year started August 31st, so September 1st.
Yeah.
So we're into that. So we need to reach out to them and see if we can get that approval to film and document this process, because they may even want that information for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Whether it's for training or what to look for. This is what we have, because ironically, the primary building is called the Nature Building, and it's and y'all probably saw some of the pictures where we had a big external colony hanging down.
Yes, I saw that.
That's at that place.
Okay.
And that's at one of the state parks here in the San Antonio area, and that building has, I think, 7 colonies in it, and then the next building has 5. But their view initially was that they are non-native species. They didn't want to protect them. They initially were trying to exterminate them. That wasn't working for them. And so now we've got the account and we're taking care of them.
Okay.
If we
I'd say schedule it, and
if we can get the approval, then I'm going to reach out to you and see if what works for you as far as your schedule to come down and see if we can get some footage on tape of doing a live removal,
right?
Starting with the thermal camera and the entry, the disassembly, and then the reassembly into a box and all that.
Well, I think the other thing we could use it as a recruiting tool too, because
Absolutely.
we can tell people, it's like, post it to the 2 big removal groups on Facebook and say, hey, we're going to go do these removals, and we're going to be videoing and showing people how to do it, and it's going to be instructional. So if you want to take part, you may have to fill out some waivers or whatever Parks and Wildlife requires, but I think people will come to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, I need to present it to them first. Right now it's an idea. We've got the account, we've got the job to do it, or as far as the permission to do it. It's just a matter of, I think it would be a great place to document what we're doing because it's a controlled environment. We don't have to worry about people riding up on bicycles. We don't have to worry about pets or foot traffic or anything like that. We're in our own area.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick. Do any of them look like that? That's what I went and looked at today.
That's a big negative. That's a big negative, sir.
Isn't that a wasp nest?
Yes.
Southern yellow jackets. Those are always fun to do.
Farm by my house today. The guy said, he said, man, I went mowing out there and these things came out and just lit me up. It's like, yeah, they did.
Those are fun to do shirtless if you apply the right smoke and everything.
Okay, sure. I'll video that too. You come do it, I'll video it.
Yeah. We've had some tough ones lately. I'm going to pass this time.
There is a video on YouTube of someone doing one of those that's huge like that without protection. Oh man, it's a bunch of laughs.
Is that the dude who's doing the hornet's nest with the grocery bag or whatever, or the trash bag?
No, I don't think it's that video.
I haven't seen that one.
The guy says, this guy's going to pay me $40 to take these hornets out of his yard. So he goes with the trash bag, and the guy hands him $20, and he goes, no, we agreed on 40. And so he throws the bees in the guy's truck and closes the door, or throws the wasps in there and runs off. Yeah, it was a staged thing, but
yeah, it
was hilarious.
I thought y'all would get a kick out of that picture that I took today.
Those things are awful.
That's probably the second biggest one that I've seen.
Do you do them, or you like, no?
And I mean, they're just right there exposed too.
Are you gonna do that one, or are you like, I don't?
Oh no, I don't do yellow jackets. I told them to call Ace Pest Control. Yeah, those aren't even honey wasps. Those are just southern yellow jackets.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture similar to that on the.
Don't they usually, make their nest in a hole in the ground? I thought.
No. Well, it's kind of close to the ground, and it's up underneath that railroad ties.
We've seen them kind of like the honeybees. We've seen them in multiple locations, the weep holes of the houses, in the hollows in the trees, in the ground, like you're talking about. Especially if the ground is sandy. Anytime there's been like sago palms planted and the sago palm died, it leaves that bulb underneath that's hollowed out. They'll get in there. But yeah, we do quite a few of them. We've even had them encompass a 10 by 12 shed, complete every wall.
Wow.
Oh yeah, pretty intense. A pump house.
But all right, well, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so if that's all we got, I'm going to sign off. And
all right, I move that we adjourn the meeting for tonight.
Second.
A second.
Second, third. All right. Enjoy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Y'all have a good evening, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.